Sergeant Duggan, when we left off, I believe was with respect to states 60, the box and the contents of the box. Can you just explain again what was inside the bag?
Inside the bag was a long sleeve striped shirt with blood-like staining on it and a bra, white bra with blood-like staining on it.
I believe it states 61 came in as a full exhibit. Am I correct, Madam Clerk?
60. I don't have 61.
I believe it did. If I may publish it at this time, Your Honor.
Well, does council remember an objection to state 61?
Where I think it went is, I had told council I wasn't going to object. I don't know if she officially offered that, the items.
If I didn't, I will now. 61 and 62. And I
State-
believe Your Honor ruled on the box already.
State 61, states 62 admitted as full exhibits.
Thank you. I'm going to open page 60, Your Honor, if I may publish. Sergeant Duggan. Is this the item that you pulled out of the garbage of Albany and Green on May 30th, 2019?
It is.
Now, with respect to, first of all, what is it?
That's a bra.
The back of the bra is collapsed. Was it like that in the condition when you found it?
That's exactly how we found it.
And with respect to the front of the bra, is there a cut going down the middle of it?
There is.
Approximately where, please?
Right in the center of the bra.
If I may just, if you can, sir, if you could point out. And would that be a little off center on the left side, over the left breast area?
Yes.
Thank you. Did this also go to the lab?
It did.
If you can, Your Honor, if we can just sort of reference states 42. And what photograph is that?
35.
35? Okay. And there is one more, I believe.
36.
36, thank you. And does the 36 behind you show that cut as well?
Yes.
Thank you. State 61, Your Honor, if I may publish.
Yes.
Thank you. Sir, if you could take a look at the screen behind you. Is that a photograph of the shirt that you took out of the garbage on May 30th, 2019?
It is.
Is that the back or the front?
I believe that's the back. The
Do you wish to say? You can continue.
front was cut.
The front was cut? Can you show the next picture, please? Thank you. Yes. The numbers.
That's 38.
38, please. So is that the front?
It is.
I'm going to show you. Say it's 61, I believe. If I may, sir, can you please point to where the shirt is cut?
It's almost right down the center of the shirt.
Are there any buttons or zippers on the shirt?
No.
So, and what is the brand?
It's a Vineyard Vine shirt.
And over here, there's some marking. What is that?
There's a defect in the shirt.
And are you talking about the hole?
Yeah,
And did this go to the lab?
it did.
Now there are letters here, EVSFTG. Do you know what that stands for?
Yes, it's a Vineyard Vine slogan for every day should feel this good.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Thank you. I want to ask you to look at a couple of images, if I may, from folder 2 on exhibit I think it's exhibit 42? 40. No, I think it's 42. Yeah. Could you call up, please, folder 2, exhibit, or photo 5, please? Detective, this is the trash that you said you obtained from a receptacle that, let's be clear, it was at Albany and Adams Street, not Albany and Blue Hills, correct?
Correct.
Was in this condition when you obtained it, right? That is, it was jumbled together like this?
Yes,
It was not in a black garbage bag, right?
it was not.
And so you see in this image a Subway sandwich bag. You see that up in the right-hand corner of this trash? You see that, right?
I do.
And that was just one of the items that you found in this particular receptacle, loose in that receptacle, right?
Yes.
You agree that, how did you get all these things out of the receptacle? That is, did you pick them up individually? Did you dump them? Did you have everything scooped out? How did that happen?
There were 3 of us. So
And-
one held the trash bag open, and the other 2 picked up the trash bin and poured the bin into our bag.
And if you would just go to the same folder, number 1, photograph 1. Here we have Scott's Jamaican Bakery with the green and yellow awning in the background, correct?
Correct.
And this is, I just want to be clear, the items that we were just looking at came out of the receptacle that's in the foreground of photo 1 from folder 2, correct?
Correct.
You agree that when you dumped everything from that bag, whatever was in there sort of mixed together, correct?
Correct.
It wasn't even necessarily in that order the way you laid it out, it's just you collected it all and spread it, is that right?
Correct.
You did not test yourself for any DNA, correct?
No.
You did not test for any fingerprints
No.
yourself in the garbage?
Nope.
And you didn't participate in anything that was done at the state lab
No.
once it was sent there, right?
No.
But you collected it, you had it turned over to somewhere in the state police evidence log, correct?
Correct.
And then whatever happened to it before it was brought in here today, you were not involved in that, correct?
I was not.
Could I ask for, in the same exhibit, would you go to folder 3, photo 25, please? Now, we're showing you the, these are the garbage bags that you described. This is the condition in which you found them on that date, correct?
Correct.
And did you mark it as 502K, or did somebody else do that?
I did.
So everything that came out of that bag had a number 502 on it, right?
Yes.
And then if you broke it up into certain additional items, you then gave it a letter after the 502, right?
Correct.
But you didn't give a letter to everything that came out of the bin that you marked as 502, did you?
No.
Just certain items, correct?
Just certain items.
And there's one picture I wanted to ask you about, if I may. You said you sent one of the items to an agricultural station. Do you remember saying that?
I do.
Let me just see if I can find which one that is to have it called up. That's not it. Ask the court to bear with me for a minute.
Yes.
I thought I'd written down the correct number, but I apparently did not. But those numbers don't. Yeah. Let me just have a moment with my. Okay. So in that same folder 3, number 28, if you would just look at that image, that was material that said looked like some kind of leafy vine material with looked like some kind of plant-like substance, right?
Correct.
You said you sent it to some agricultural laboratory in New Haven.
Correct.
Did you do anything else with that material after that?
No.
And going back to folder three, photograph 25, please. Is this the, this is the way in which you found that bag after it was removed from, I believe it was from, was it Albany and Green Streets?
Yes.
And as you indicated, you didn't know that there were a couple of small items that might have been inside it at the time, right?
No.
You didn't inspect it other than take a picture of it, spread it out on the brown paper, and take a picture, correct?
Correct.
You didn't, for this item, you didn't do any kind of fingerprinting as well, did you?
I did not, no.
Or any kind of DNA work on it at all?
No.
And so that we're clear, because we've seen the image itself, these black bags were, there were various black bags that you were shown today, is that correct?
Correct.
Some of them are these small store bags, and some of them were larger, correct?
Correct.
Were they, the black bags, were they opaque?
I'm sorry?
Opaque, meaning you couldn't see through them.
No, you could not.
There were white bags that you collected, correct?
Correct.
Some of those white garbage bags did have items that you could see a little bit through, right?
Correct.
And there were also some clear plastic bags that had trash items in them as well, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't distinguish between any of those, correct?
As far as
Well, between the items within those bags.
they were inspected.
Right, but what I'm saying is you inspected those, you opened up those bags and spread them out, correct?
Correct.
Whether they were from a black bag, right?
Yes.
Whether they were from a white garbage bag,
Correct.
whether they were in a clear plastic bag,
Correct.
whether they were tied together, right?
I don't believe any of the others were tied together.
Well, the one we just saw looked like they were somehow attached together, right?
Yes.
So whether they were attached together or whether they were separate, right?
Right.
And when you opened, well, many of them were already ripped open, correct?
Correct.
And so when you emptied the various receptacles, did you do it the same way, or did you dump them into a large garbage bag or contractor's black bag that you provided or the state police provided?
Yes.
And you did not seek at that point to separate out individual items before throwing them or dumping them into the garbage bag, correct?
Correct.
So while we were dumping, some of those items did come in contact with each other, correct?
Correct.
And you couldn't tell us today which ones touched and which ones didn't, right?
No.
In fact, the way you could tell what was in any black garbage bags was only by opening them, right?
Correct.
Just have another moment, Judge.
Yes.
Those clear ponchos that didn't look clear anymore, right? Those were they loose or were they in one of the garbage bags that you opened?
Those were loose.
When we saw them, they were quite dark and gray and whatnot, correct?
Today?
Today, when they should.
Yes.
Okay, and that's, as far as from your experience, did it have anything to do with the fact that they had been coated with some kind of fingerprint powder?
Yes.
But when you first got them, except for anything that might have gotten on them, the actual material was like a clear plastic, right?
It was.
And that was with a kind of, they're called poncho, but those are the kind of inexpensive cellophane ponchos that you might get, they might give out at a football or baseball game, right?
Yes.
That's all I have, thank you.